Hey everybody! Well, a new update on the Volvo. Here it is, in the sun. So I decided to get my roof up, and that was fine. But then the weirdest thing happened. So I was driving along and was getting a little bit frisky, so I thought, let's put the roof down. And then that happened. Ooh, including a big clunk, like you hear now. And I've had this once before, and it's bad news in that case. You see, it opens and then it doesn't really want to close very well. So what actually happens in that case, and I'm sure it happens more often than only in my car, but there's a little plastic pin somewhere over there, and that tends to break, mainly because it's like 30 years old. And because there are a lot more force on this little plastic bit than it should have. So what we need to do now is get the roof out, and I've got this wonderful technique for that. So there are two things you can do. The first method, and the most simple perhaps, is with some kind of Allen key. There's a little screw over there that you should turn clockwise to take it out. It's over there. I'm not sure if you can see it. By the way, we decorated our street because of the 5th of May. So there's this Allen key that you can turn, but not in my case. This one is stuck. This one I could turn last time I tried, but I've got a new method. So that's the first method. And for the second method you need one of these tools, which is like an angle socket. You put a bit in it, in this case a Phillips, and then you can reach two screws on each side. One I've already taken out. And yes, I'll put it on the roof because the roof is nasty. You can reach this screw here, so that's already out. And then the second screw is over there, and then you need to reach from the inside, which is not easy to do with only one hand, so try to do it like this. You cannot see it, but I'm reaching from the inside, and now you can see it maybe. So there is my hand, and there's a screw. It kind of looks like this. And then you can actually turn the screw. Yeah, hello. You can turn the screw and you can screw the camera. It's quite windy today. Sorry for that. So what I was saying is, with this method, you can actually when it's out, then you should be able to just lift this whole system up like that, but then smoother. And there you go, the whole roof is out. And now you can see the pin that is broken. You see, it's supposed to be connected to a piece over there. It's already the second time that this pin is broken, so I'm guessing something really goes wrong in this area. I'm not too happy about that, because these parts cost €60 for a pair. What I think I'm going to do now is let somebody 3D print these, hoping that they will be of better quality. So these little Allen screws can be a real pain to get out. I managed to get it mostly out, but not all of it. So now I'm going to have to drill it out with a drill. Yep, there it is. There it is. It's out. Okay, and with just a little bit of effort I managed to get a new screw in, including the helicoil. That also comes out a little bit at the end, but okay, never mind. It is now, I believe, way stronger than it was before. So that's good, and you can just unscrew it with a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, well, it's in. It seems to do its job. So that's nice.
Several days later.
Okay guys, well, it's now a new day of filming. Last time I filmed was last Saturday, and I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed, to be honest. Because not only did the roof not work, there was also a small, well, quite a big actually, oil leak from the rocker cover gasket. And then at the end of the day I tried to fix my roof, but it was getting late and we had to go to family that afternoon, and well, it didn't seem to work, and now then it was more broken than it used to be before. So well, I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and then one of these hinges broke, so that wasn't good. But now I've bought two. Oh god. But now I dropped one screw already. I bought two new hinges and some other parts, and now I'm going to try to find my screw that's somewhere over there. But yeah, so I had to tape down this this roof to make it seal a little bit better. I didn't know if it was going to rain. It wasn't in the end, fortunately. But next week it is going to rain, so I have to fix this window. And down here there's our new pin that I fitted earlier, which broke again. I'm not really sure though where it broke, so I'm going to remove this to see. And this is a little bit curious. So as you can see, obviously the point that I tried to make is broken again. And this cable on this end seems to pull a little bit too much inwards, while the cable on the other side actually works okay. So I'm thinking if I adjust this cable, that they are aligned like both ways. Oops. Okay, that was fairly easy. You can just pull on the inner cable here and just move it in and outwards. Yeah, so the motor will keep on spinning until the cables reach their end. So what I want to do is align these cables at exactly the same point. I'm not going to fit the broken one again, because I have something better. Because look at this. This is an original part. This cost me 30 euros. But as you know, I work in IT, and my colleague could make this, which is a 3D print, which is hopefully exactly the same. Looks to be. So I'm gonna try if this will fit. Well, so far so good. Seems to fit. Alright, so both cables are pulled in at the same way. I put the motor back. Well, I put the mechanism back on the motor. So I'm gonna push on the button. Yeah. Okay, seems to work. So that's the first part done. The cables are now adjusted. The spin is newly made from, well, 3D prints. Hopefully it's strong enough. This part still seems to be quite okay. Okay, let's put all the nuts and bolts and screws back. I've put the new second-hand hinges in, and also I'm going to not remove these pins or drill them out, because they're actually in good shape. And what is very important on this is that if you want to remove them, if it's from the inside or from the outside, no, it's only possible from the inside, but you have to move them. Well, actually you cannot see it very well like this, but let's say you're in the car and you want to remove the sunroof. always turn it clockwise, so to the right, as if you're turning it in. And now we can fit back the roof. It is 30 years old. Yeah. Slide in. And now these little culprits. So now we have to screw them to the left to make them fit. Okay, well, this is enough. It's in. Nice, now let's see if it works. This is dirty now, this is my doing. There we go. Hope for the best. Noise it makes. Okay, but it's in. 2. I'm scared of every noise it makes. But it's in. Yes, nice. Another victory. Very good. Well guys, I think that's about it for this video. The roof is in. It's working. I'm not gonna touch it ever again. No, that's a joke. Of course I'm gonna use it because that's what it's for. If it breaks again, we know what to do. It just costs a lot of money. That's fine. It's not fine. So thank you very much for watching and see you again next time. Bye bye.